Good evening, everybody. How you going? So on Facebook Live, and while we're waiting for a few people to dial in or come in on their Facebook page, I'll just make sure that we've got the feed up okay. So bear with me. Okay, so seems to be coming through okay. We'll make sure the sound is working well, which is good. And you'll probably hear the echo. So given that's coming through, I've wanted to sit back this Sunday evening, so thank you for joining me wherever you are across the country, but wanted to really talk about what genuine service looks like, and it's probably come about me wanting to discuss this given I'm such an advocate of brokers across Australia, and given my role as a business development manager, I'm getting a little bit sick and tired and a little bit irate around the bad press that brokers have been getting. So I wanted to talk about service generically, what that looks like, and if you're in a customer facing position, whether that be in retail, hospitality, relationship management like myself, how you can actually add some real value and go from good to great to outstanding service, and how you actually promote that service proposition out to your marketplace. So I'll talk a little bit about that this evening, and I just wanted to share one of my recent bad experiences. And again, unfortunately, hospitality gets a bit of a bad rap, like mortgage broking lately, and it was around going into a new established wine bar. The opening time was at 4 o'clock, and I walked in with a group of people at about 3:55, just wanting to sit down, waiting for their liquor license to come into play. And as soon as we walked in the door, we were told by the person behind the bar that unfortunately we've got to come back in 5 minutes. We couldn't sit down and start looking at the menu or having a glass of water. The tone and the language that was used was extremely abrupt, which, you know what, there was plenty of bars and pubs around the corner. So we took our group of, I think we had about 9 or 10 people at the time, took them down the road, and were more than happy to spend our money elsewhere. So as you more than know, and this saying goes around a lot, it's most of the people forget what you say, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. I'm continuing to share that story with a lot of people that are wanting to go to this establishment. Again, didn't feel valued, didn't feel like they wanted my business, and the abruptness and the rudeness of the patrons around there were just really wanting to, you know what, get on with their day, and really couldn't give a rat's bum about people coming in the door. So I wanted to look at how do you deliver good service so then your clients are talking to other people about and spreading the word around your fantastic service that you're getting, not about a poor experience, because that can spread like wildfire as well, whether it's people are telling their friends or family, or whether they are sharing it online. And that's an extremely quick way to ruin not only your brand, but your service proposition out in the marketplace. So that becomes extremely valuable. But I'm going to start with, I look at your service propositions in 3 baskets, and I'm going to leave bad service out. So this is all about positivity now and fantastic service moving forward this evening. But I look at it as you've got 3 buckets. So you've got good, great, and outstanding. Now, good is a ticket to the game. So that is if you've walked into a retail outlet and within 5 to 6 seconds you're greeted by the salesperson there, and they let you wander, and then within another 10 to 15 seconds or maybe 20 seconds we'll ask you if you need any assistance, or if you're looking for anything in particular that they may be able to provide some assistance whilst you're in the store. Now, that seems really, really basic, but getting people and salespeople to do that consistently well with every single person that walks in, as well as doing it with a smile on their face, with an upbeat attitude, and with the right tone of voice. I guarantee you walk into 10 shops throughout a day, and you're lucky if you'll get that half of the time. So that's a little bit disappointing. But so the ticket to the game on the good part, how do we get people moving to great? Now, these are the little 1%ers. So if you are seeing a client or a consumer in an office, your little 1%ers are shaking hands, greeting the person whilst they're actually coming in at the door, not just sitting behind a desk and making that person wait. So again, you've got to make sure that you're punctual and you're on time. Shake their hands, greet the person by name, so make sure that you know their name. Secondly, find out quickly how they actually want to be referred to. Is that by Mr. or Mrs., or is that by a first name basis? And that can be a simple ask of the question, so you're straightforward out front, get that off the bat and move forward. Let them sit down first, so you're showing the courtesy and respect to your client. Sit down, ask if they'd like a refreshment, and 101 sales here, if they're not taking a refreshment, then you don't either. Again, really simple things, but people tend to forget about it, particularly if they are under the pump, busy, or they've got 10 other things that they need to work on and they just want to serve that client and move forward. So that's just a couple of little things. When you're actually sitting with a client, is it how much talking are you doing? You should be doing that 80-20 rule, 70-30 rule, where your client is doing the majority of the talking, which enables you to do majority of the listening, so you can actually tailor a solution for your client. Nothing worse when salespeople talk most of the time and sell and are trying to position something that only they want to get off the shelf, and you know what, you don't actually have a real need for it, or you're looking for something else on the market. So that's looking at going from good to great. How do you take a service proposition from great to simply outstanding? Now, your great bucket can also include getting back to people in a timely manner, having the right communication, being knowledgeable about your product or services, doing what you say you will do. Again, all in that great bucket. If you're needing to move service, or you're expecting service to go from good to outstanding, you need to add value. Now, you might go, that sounds extremely easy, but how do you do that? And I've probably already said it, that listening capability to actually sit there, listen to people talk about what they actually need, how they actually want to go about something, and then coming at the end of it, tailoring a number of solutions that might suit the client's needs, and then continuing to follow up with that client. So it's not just a sell, and it's a sell for the immediate future. You're looking at potentially, do you know what can I put on the table that's going to assist my client now, and then in the next 3, 6, or 12 months? What do they want to achieve? And again, if you're in hospitality, retail, it's a little bit difficult, but they do have mailing lists on retail outlets. I mean, how many outbound marketing calls or direct emails are sent out which isn't a product push about their client? Not many. Oh, I certainly don't get any. Maybe I'm shopping in the wrong outlets, but it's certainly not ones that we get. The value add piece is critical. So you want to be a solution to any problem, or a solution to a need that a client is searching for. Now, in my world, mortgages are quite easy. So my clients, my finance brokers, look on and continue to use their skills and their expertise to tailor a solution to a client, whether that's immediate or in the future as well, and helping them to get there. So it's extremely critical that that value add piece comes into play. If you can't add value to a client, then you know what, your service is always going to stay in that great bucket. You're never going to move it from great to outstanding. Now, getting it in that good level, fantastic. If you're new to the industry, or any industry that you work in a customer facing role or customer touching role, you need to ensure that you are continually moving forward on good aspects, upskilling yourself to getting to great, and then you need to be able to be proactive, move forward to getting it to outstanding. And without adding value, without following up, without being proactive, that becomes extremely difficult. In more roles where there are continually touch points for clients, so you're not just selling an immediate need, or fixing an immediate need, I should say, you need to ensure that a relationship is built. Now, we all know you can build rapport, you can sit down, you can find that correlation between yourself and the client, whether that may be sporting, family, whatever the case may be, and then you need to build on that, and build on it genuinely. A lot of people will make calls 3-6 months down the track and they're very corporate feeling calls. You need to ensure that if you're building a relationship and it's genuine, then your call needs to be about that, and then needs to be about what you can do for the client later. And it might be particular, just a touch point call, so you're always front of mind for these clients, because what you don't want to do is, if you're selling a loan like our brokers are doing, is the client sees a cheaper rate down the road, all of a sudden what they're doing, they've forgotten about you. It might have been 3, 4, 5 months since you've made contact with them. They're going to pick up the phone, they're going to call that bank directly or going to call that broker, and you've lost that client immediately. So relationships are extremely strong. If you're going to add value, those relationships start becoming invaluable to your client, and you start getting that reputation and that brand that you're delivering outstanding service and you're no longer great. Outstanding people that do it consistently and do it consistently well, and there's probably only about 2 to 3% in the country in every single industry where they are truly delivering outstanding service to their clients or customers every single day. A quick tip on doing that so you can take it away as well today. Well, I have two. Your first one is leave your bullshit at the door. If you're going to have family issues, personal issues, and you're going to work, leave that baggage at home. I tell you what, from personal experience, that can affect the way that you deliver your service outcome, and people will know about it straight away, particularly if you deliver outstanding service 24/7, 7 days a week. You are off by one day and one person sees that, they are going to notice something is wrong with you, and their perception of what is wrong with you might be completely off. They don't know that you might be having problems at home with the family or problems at home with the parents, whatever it is. But if you're not leaving that baggage at the door and making sure that every client that you talk to is opening night, and when I say opening night, I mean it's the first time that you're talking to them, it's the first time that somebody is meeting you. They don't know that you've had 10 meetings the day before and you went to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what? They don't care. They want your best, and they want that outstanding service that they've either seen online or somebody's told them about. So you need to ensure that is delivered consistently, and consistency is the key. So that can't be forgotten. My last one is, if you haven't heard of reciprocity, look it up and put it into a service aspect to help build further relationships. So reciprocity is, an easy way to explain it is giving of an unexpected outcome, or a client receiving something unexpectedly from you that adds benefit to their life. So a perfect example, if you know a client is going overseas to Italy and they've never been before and they don't speak the language, how about sending them a travel book about Italy in the mail, handwritten note. Listen, understand you're going to Italy in a couple of weeks. Hope you and the family have a great time. Thought this book might come in handy. Best regards, Dino. I tell you what, you do that consistently well, and clients are going to start seeing you not just for what you can provide, but start seeing you as a real benefit to not only their needs, but their life in general. And that's where you want to get to, and that's what puts you in that outstanding bucket. Tell you, you do that 5 or 6 times every week, the word of your service spreads extremely quickly. And I tell you what, the reactive calls that you need to start taking, or the proactive calls I should say, that you need to start making out, go extremely, or become extremely minimal, because you're going to start becoming a magnet for further business. And a magnet for further business is where you want to come, and you can only get there when you deliver outstanding service. So guys, hopefully the reciprocity piece you've taken away from that. Have a look into it. If you're doing it well, you should be able to take something away from every discussion you have with a new client, or a follow-up discussion, whether that's about children, they're going on holiday, they purchased a new car, they're buying their new house, whatever it is, something where you can tailor and deliver them something. And listen, it doesn't always need to cost you money to be able to send them a gift. It might be they want to work on their social media strategy. You might have links or people where you can actually refer to them that will help them increase their strategy and their bottom line of their business. So links outside of your service proposition to add value and increase their bottom line, that is outstanding service. Okay, so I'm actually going to leave it at there. Thank you for the people that have tuned in tonight. Bernard, thanks mate, hope all is well. Ali, thanks for watching. And Sally and Eloise, always lovely. Thanks guys, have a fantastic week. Go get them.